Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar on Traxon EQ's newly launched Allegro Media Tube Lite and ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0. My name is Erin Zabelski. I'm the Marketing Manager for Traxon North America, and I will be the moderator of today's session. Presenting will be Cy Eaton with International Projects and Anthony Zamparelli, Product Marketing Manager. They'll begin the presentation in just a moment, but before we begin, I wanted to touch upon a few things. First of all, as this is a live session, all attendees are on mute, so if you have a question, you may enter it in the question and answer box at any time, and we'll get to all questions at the end of the presentation. And with that, I will turn it over to Cy and Anthony.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you, Erin. Happy 2022 to all of you. It's so great to have all of you joining us again for another informative product session. And we have two new product families to share with you today, both of them focused on expanding the possibilities for media lighting solutions on your projects. So before we begin talking about the products themselves, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about media lighting and some key terms and concepts to understand what media is. So this is the Chemnitz Central Station in Germany. This is using a grid work of pixels to form a mid-resolution media screen out of light. So pairing those with translucent cladding, the installation allows sunlight into the station during the day, and at night turns the imposing architecture into a floating, luminous abstraction. To understand media light, we need to understand pixels, pixel pitch, and resolution. Pixels, or picture elements, are the smallest addressable elements of a media display. They're comprised of one LED or a cluster of LEDs that mix to create a single color and luminance value. So in media light, a pixel could be one solitary LED or an entire fixture or even a group of fixtures. So here we have in the center media tube HO, and each of these little groupings of LEDs is its own addressable, controllable pixel. However, ProPoint contour behind this diffusion, each 1 foot length has a large group of LEDs illuminating that 1 foot pixel. And then let's look at this bottom fixture in a little more detail. So Allegro Media Tube Lite has a total of 288 LEDs on a 4 foot stick. That's 72 4-in-1 RGBW chips. Each group of 6 chips is controlled as a single pixel, giving us 12 pixels over the 48-inch run. So 48-inch divided by 12, each pixel is a 4-inch length, and arranged end-to-end, that gives us a pixel pitch of 4 inches. Pixel pitch is the distance center to center from one pixel to the next. The pixel pitch determines the resolution of the light media. The lower the pixel pitch, the higher the resolution, the clearer your media is going to be. Now, it's important to note, in media light, pixels do not need to butt up end to end. There can be spacing between those pixels, and that open spacing can still allow an image to resolve clearly when viewed from a distance, while also allowing viewers to see through and beyond the screen when close up. Here is an example of that in action. This is the Grand Stade in Metropolitan in Lille. On the right, you see a traditional LED screen with this high resolution eyeball, probably a pixel pitch side to side, butted end to end of about ½ an inch. Meanwhile, the entire facade is turned into a media light screen on a grid, per se, of continuous tubes left to right, spaced about 20 inches top to bottom. So you have a pixel pitch of 1 inch by 20 inches. Then that open spacing may seem unintuitive at first, but our brain is very good at filling in those gaps of information. So when viewed from a distance, we resolve a clear image of an eyeball. You just need more overall surface area to give that same level of clarity. So the beautiful thing about that is from viewed at a distance, you have a relatively high resolution image on that overall facade. And then as the observer nears the stadium, that image goes away and becomes more of an abstraction and is not so bright as to overwhelm, and they can actually look through and into the stadium or be in the stadium and look out over the surrounding area. Now, we can apply these concepts of pixel pitch and resolution and viewing distance in a number of different applications. So consider the Arena Corinthians in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where we have this huge media screen that goes end to end on the stadium with a 1 foot pixel pitch meant to be viewed from very far away from the end of the parking lot. In contrast, we have the Chevy Chase Pavilion in Washington, D.C., with a 1 inch pixel pitch meant to be viewed pretty much with your nose right up against that luminous surface. It's for that reason that we have an ever-expanding portfolio of media lighting products to offer you for interior and exterior use in many, many different scales of brightness, pixel pitch, and controllability to allow you to configure the correct requirements for any given project. And today we're excited to be adding 2 new families to these products to our product portfolio. First, Allegro Media Tube Lite on the left and ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 on the right. Now, both of these products may appear quite familiar to you because they do already have sibling products in our portfolio already, but we thought it was important to add these new offerings that in both cases offer a simplified feature set to enable greater affordability so you can consider a media lighting solution on a wider variety of projects. Before we get into some of those specifics, let's talk about like why and where we would use this type of product, starting with Allegro Media Tube Lite, which, as I mentioned, is a sibling to our flagship product, MediaTube HO, which we have used on many, many applications over the last decade, both as just a general semi-direct accenting or kind of almost a cove light accent effect, dynamic contouring, or putting these together in linear rows spaced out to create 2 and 3D media screens. Now, a great example of the wide potential is this center project here, the Pearl Tower in Bangkok. Now, you can use MediaTube both to create like simple text and imaging, but also to produce playful, dynamic color and movement on these buildings, as well as communicating and telling stories and having fun and engaging with the community, and most importantly, integrating with the architecture, because if nothing else, this is a beautiful way to reveal the building. So with that lead in, let me hand it over to Anthony Zapparelli to give you some of the technical details of this new product family.
Thank you, Cy and Aaron. And good afternoon and good morning to everyone. So Allegro MediaTube Lite provides a dynamic, medium resolution, digital line of light that is designed to disappear into the architecture. It supplies, again, a simplified feature set over our flagship MediaTube HO product and making this MediaTube offering available to a new tier of customers. The Allegro MediaTube Lite family consists of both clear and diffused view options available with a standard 5-year warranty. So the product has been tested to withstand harsh vibrations of bridges and overpasses and is rated up to IK09 impact resistance. We designed the product to 3 pixels per foot in order to deliver medium or high resolution based on the viewing distance, as Sai was discussing earlier. And we came to this conclusion of 3 pixels per foot based on market data supplied from our MediaTube HO flagship product, as this has been the resolution that was sought after for the majority of typical projects. Now, I'm sure at this point, many of you are starting to question some of this text here shown in the output screen, thinking that there may be a typo. And actually, that is not the case, and we'll be getting into that in just a few slides. The product is available in standard 1 foot and 4 foot lengths with a very slim profile. And one primary consideration among any of our linear fixtures is how they connect end to end to ensure a consistent gap between fixtures. Now, this is, of course, especially important for a MediaTube product where the pixel pitch must be sure to be consistent when these connections are being made. This 4mm spacing, or about the width of your standard IKEA Allen wrench, keeps the pitch consistent while allowing for thermal expansion between the fixtures. Additionally, we've designed the input and output cables of this fixture to be offset, which allows the connections to be made more easily underneath the profile of the fixture and helps to keep this gap consistent as well. With the launch of the Allegro MediaTube Lite, we've also expanded our power supply offering to up to 320 watts, where local codes may allow with the Allegro MediaTube Lite. Now, of course, that means that this benefits from longer daisy chains as a result of this expanded offering and can utilize up to 320 watts while allowing under 1 universe of data to be used. And of course, these distances shown are assuming optimal conditions. Your mileage may vary based on the required cable lengths from your home runs. Mounting is extremely simple, and in fact, those that are familiar with our MediaTube HO product, this is utilizing the same exact mounting bracket from that product family, and is very simple to install and mount to your surfaces. Now, getting deeper into the details, the Clearview Allegro MediaTube Lite utilizes a 4-in-1 LED with a micro diffused lens, and this delivers excellent color mixing across the length of the fixture. And as I alluded to earlier, the diffused view is the brightest in class and is unique to our offering by providing more output out of the diffused product than out of the clear view. Now, this is done by utilizing a cluster of RGB plus white emitters in order to be able to maximize the output. And this is done while ensuring that we keep a uniform color mixing, again, across the length of the tube. Auto addressing is a standard feature of the Allegro MediaTube Lite. Now, this combined with the quick lock connections and offset cable whips all come together to enable a quicker installation, quicker programming, and easy maintenance over the life of the installation. With the expansion of the power supply options, the family, of course, again, benefits from longer daisy chains, and this reduces time spent on new terminations and new home runs. Now, the product comes together, again, very easily with a single cable that combines power and data, and that is then presented directly to the tubes. So there's very few components required for a typical system of Allegro MediaTube Lite. The slim 1-inch nominal profile allows for installation into the facade or architectural channels, allowing it to become part of the installation and allow for a more organic delivery of the designer's message. Now, this could mean disappearing into the installation or standing proud of the surface for textured illumination. Of course, pictures speak louder than words. Here we see the Allegro MediaTube Lite next to our flagship MediaTube HO. And as you can see, both fixtures deliver a very elegant, similar design aesthetic. And if you couldn't tell from the photo, the Allegro MediaTube Lite actually comes in about very similar in size to the MediaTube HO, but actually comes to be a slightly smaller size than its sibling. So each member of our expanded MediaTube family delivers an extremely capable product for different budget levels. The MediaTube HO, being a product that has been offered by Traxon for several years, delivers a premium control offering and technology that's built into the fixture. However, adding our proprietary ePix control functionality is possible based on project needs. While the Allegro MediaTube Lite is more feature-rich, while the MediaTube HO is more feature-rich, the Allegro MediaTube Lite provides a simplified solution to deliver magnificent results. So let's look a little bit deeper into the comparison between these products. Both deliver industry-leading brightness in the profile, and both are designed for harsh environments, including coastal environments, bridges, and overpasses. So resolution will be the key difference between these products. Where the Allegro MediaTube Lite provides a 4-inch pixel pitch, the MediaTube HO's 1-inch pixel pitch requires that the discussion of viewing distance is gone through with the customer to ensure that the product that is selected is going to be the best case for your installation. Now, one additional thing to say is to keep an eye out for our MediaTube family offerings over the course of the next year, as there will be some additional expansion of this MediaTube product over time. Allegro MediaTube Lite has already been launched with all documentation already live on the website, and this includes the Revit files, which are also available on the website for download.
And that seems like an excellent segue to mention, yes, all of these documents are available both on our North American website and our international websites. You will find minor variations, such as where is in the North America, we follow the imperial length standards of 1 foot and 4 foot. The international products, it follows metric in 300, 500, and 1,000 millimeter lengths. You also find minor variations in order to meet local code and compliance concerns. So Traxon is a global organization with active teams and partners across the globe, are here to support you locally in your design and then locally during execution. But when you are designing out of region, please reach out to your local partners and myself to help shepherd the most successful project execution possible. So that leads us to something that is also sort of an international topic, ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0. Yes, we are launching this for the first time this week in North America, but that 2.0 might imply, yes, indeed, we have been using this product in other parts of the globe for multiple years, and we decided with the product refresh as we went in the second generation to certify it for use in North America as well. So ARCHISHAPE Dot joins our ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 joins Allegro Dot in our family of Dot products, which is some of the most flexible design tools we have in our portfolio. You can use it to add sparkle to projects as well as architectural contouring and creating with multiple strings, range in a grid to provide medium resolution media screens. Now, backlighting is a very common application for these dot strings, and I'll mention this media screen on the right-hand side of your screen is pixelated as a design choice. Depending on your own aesthetic requirements, we can work with you to determine the right kind of enclosure and diffusion to use to get whatever level of pixelation or soft diffusion you're looking for. And I am constantly surprised at the different ways that designers find to use this dot product. One beautiful example of that is the San Mamés Stadium in Brazil. Now, this used a series of dots to backlight or kind of sidelight these rigid acrylic panels to really make the architecture itself the feature and bring that architecture alive. This is the beautiful thing of using media light solutions, not media screen solutions. The architecture continues to be the visual feature instead of clamping a screen in front of your building. So this allows you to play with color, play with movement, do simple media scrolls and effects, and just have this wonderful kineticism and even depending how it's controlled, make these rigid flags of architecture seem to flutter. So a beautiful example of one of many, many ways that you can apply ARCHISHAPE Dot. So once again, back to Anthony for all the technical, joyful details of this product family.
So as Sai has already indicated, the ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 delivers flexible multi-pixel string of light with a nearly endless supply of applications. With the simplified feature set next to our Allegro Dot family, it offers the Dot application to a new tier of customers, just as the Allegro Media Tube Lite product. The ARCHISHAPE Dot family consists of both clear and diffused view options, available in 3 physical sizes, and is offered with our standard 5-year warranty. ARCHISHAPE Dot has been tested to withstand harsh vibrations and is ANSI 3G, and is also rated IK09 impact resistance for both the clear and diffused lens offering. Now, an important feature to the ARCHISHAPE Dot is the cabling architecture, which allows daisy chain connections between units while injecting power, simplifying and expanding data runs. The ARCHISHAPE Dot comes in at a very small footprint, again, very similar to our Allegro Dot sibling. Each unit actually does come in, again, slightly smaller than the sibling product, however. Mounting is extremely simple. For the small, it utilizes a clip that attaches to each small dot, whereas the medium and large are each mounted directly to the surface. So diving into the details a bit more now. So the ARCHISHAPE Dot, again, is able to achieve long dot counts per string while retaining a Class 2 power supply. Now, of course, maximizing the dot count per string gives you the ability to expand longer distances, but this also means that we could reserve installation real estate by limiting power supplies required and reducing the weight where structures are sensitive to every pound, such as overpasses over highways, for instance. Additionally, each size of ARCHISHAPE Dot is available in standard 6-inch and 12-inch pixel pitch with a maximum of 80 inches nominal between each dot. The system for the ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 comes together, again, very easily with a very straightforward set of components, building on this concept of enabling a trouble-free installation. Power and data is combined at the starter cable and connected directly to the ARCHISHAPE Dot, meaning that this product does not require a data injector such as our Allegro Dot. Where data is still available, a power injection cable can be utilized and inject power into a second dot string and allowing data to continue along this daisy chain of products. Now, in this configuration, the ARCHISHAPE Dot must be addressed manually by a technician using a handheld addressing tool sold by Traxon. This method, while simple, does increase labor costs associated with the programming portion of the project. But with that said, we do have another solution. With the addition of a quick addressing or auto addressing module, the daisy chain can be easily and quickly addressed with the single click of a button. With this, however, it does require EQ controls. This module is connected in line at the time of address setting, and it does not need to be left installed in line. Once the software has been used to address the strings, the module can be removed or remain installed based on the project's long-term goals. Now, one thing to note is that while this quick addressing module appears to resemble the ARCHISHAPE Dot, it does not illuminate. Additionally, the ARCHISHAPE Dot is available in 2 finish options to blend into the architecture. Now, these products do carry some yin and yang qualities, as the diffusion on the black version will remain white to allow the most transmission of light. So let's see what ARCHISHAPE Dot and Allegro Dot look like side by side. ARCHISHAPE Dot delivers about 20% more dots per string on average, while the Allegro Dot does provide about a third more light out of each individual dot. Additionally, the ARCHISHAPE Dot provides industry standard DMX control, where our Allegro Dot delivers a premium selective options, adding RDM, as well as our proprietary EPIX protocol. So to summarize, the ARCHISHAPE Dot has a resilient plastic metal hybrid housing, while the Allegro Dot is manufactured in a robust aluminum. Both products are designed to withstand 3G vibrations and harsh impacts, and Allegro Dot is suitable for installation in coastal environments. Now, with that said, the ARCHISHAPE Dot has been installed all around the world in similar coastal environments. However, it is currently undergoing our vigorous testing to ensure that we can maintain this suitable for coastal environment standard. So just stay tuned and we will update documentation once this testing is complete. And again, both ARCHISHAPE Dot and Allegro Dot are available in standard 6-inch and 12-inch pitches, each which can be modified if required for the project. ARCHISHAPE Dot is freshly added to our website this week. All documentation is now live on the website right now. And with that said, we want to just take a moment. So Traxon EQ, of course, takes pride in the fact that we're not just a lighting manufacturer, but we are a solutions provider for all lighting and control needs. Our EQ control portfolio combines software and hardware to accommodate small, medium, and large installations, ranging from your simple color changing cove light up to large media facades, such as some of these projects that we've shown you today. Combining the control system with either a user terminal or our SymfoTouch app puts the control of the scenery at your fingertips.
And there you are, Allegro Media Tube Lite and ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0, the 2 latest additions to our broader Traxon media portfolio of products, and specifically adding some solution sets that simplify the features while expanding affordability, so making this accessible for many, many more potential projects. We're very excited to add these to our product portfolio and really looking forward to seeing how you apply these on your next design. And with that, we'd like to turn the stage over to you to ask any questions that you might have about these 2 new product offerings.
Thank you, Cy and Anthony. So we have a few questions so far, and if anybody else has any questions, feel free to send them along. So we'll start with, it's great to see that Traxon has some new product solutions. Can you advise if there are plans for additional product launches in 2022?
Absolutely. We have a busy portfolio of products in development, and you can actually expect to see additions to both the Media Tube and Dot families before the end of this year, as well as other additions to the portfolio. We plan to be doing regular updates this year, mid-month of every month, either to review existing product families or to inform you of new products that we've launched.
Great. Is auto addressing RDM?
No, although Anthony can speak to this probably in more detail. The quick addressing solution is a response to the fact that we're simplifying the solutions. So there's no RDM with ARCHISHAPE Dot, but we want to make sure that addressing on site is easy as possible. Anthony, what did I leave out there?
That was perfect. And just to add, so with regard to the Allegro MediaTube Lite as well, that product is auto addressing. However, there is no RDM in either ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 or in the Allegro MediaTube Lite.
What voltage is used for the MediaTube Lite product?
It is 48 volts.
And I'm just going to stick with MediaTube while we have some questions on that. So Sai, I think kind of touched on this, but will the MediaTube HO be receiving an upgrade?
Stay tuned for a future webinar.
Great. Are the diffusion domes for ARCHISHAPE Dot removable?
They are not removable. Once it is purchased, it must be purchased with either the clear or the diffused dome option, as this is installed at the factory.
Can you outline the differences between EPIX and DMX 512?
Yeah, DMX 512 is a 512 channel universe. We have a proprietary control with EPIX, which is effectively a DMX standard of protocol at a higher baud rate, which allows us to control up to 2048 channels per control universe. This is especially useful when dealing with large media installations where you can quickly chew through that channel count.
Okay. For North America, will these products be stocked in US warehouses?
We will keep, no problem at all. Most projects are ordered not kept in inventory. Most projects and products will require ordering in advance. Of course, lead times may apply. So if there's any projects that you have in mind, please reach out to your local business development manager and they could work with you and discuss the options.
Perfect, thank you. Will these products work with control options other than EQ?
Yes, absolutely. We're happy to review the controls that you may be considering for a project. We understand that there's often multiple factors that influence the control decision, and EQ isn't always going to be the choice of the project. So any DMX controller is capable of controlling either of these products, and depending on the effect you're trying to achieve, we can if it's capable of controlling DMX and achieving the effect you want to achieve with other products, you can use it as well with ARCHISHAPE Dot or Allegro MediaTube Lite.
Can Traxon offer options to retrofit these new products into existing older installations of MediaTube and .xl?
So one thing to keep in mind with these products is that there is different connections and different cables required. So any projects that you may be thinking of that you would like to retrofit and upgrade to these new products, again, we suggest that you discuss with your local business development managers and we could work together the best solution for the project.
Perfect. Are both of these products available for ordering?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Both products are available to order right now.
Great. Will Traxon sell the manual addressing tool?
Yes, we will be selling that as needed.
Is the pixel pitch adjustable for the Allegro MediaTube Lite?
The pixel pitch is not adjustable in field. So again, we navigate to the standard 3 pixels per foot resolution. Again, if there are any requirements on a project, again, we suggest to discuss this with your business development manager, and we could work with you and the customer to see what works best. However, this cannot be modified in the field.
Although that does remind us, the ARCHISHAPE Dot 2.0 comes from the factory effectively as a single pixel of control. Until you've used the manual addressing tool or the quick addressing module, it is a single pixel of control, which is sometimes desirable for just a block of white or color backlight solution.
Great, good to know. Will the existing MediaTube HO be phased out?
No, the existing MediaTube HO will be is getting reviewed for a upgrade and refresh in the near future.
Okay. Is the addressing tool capable of addressing any DMX fixture, or is it only capable of addressing Traxon fixtures?
The tool is set to be able to work with a specific set of different ICs. So it can potentially be utilized for other products. However, at this point, we could only, of course, speak to the Traxon products. There is some additional feature sets, and if you have any specific requests or questions on this, certainly reach out to us and we can provide a little bit more detail.
Okay. Can Allegro Dot be pre-programmed to specific addresses?
No, as mentioned, it comes from the factory set as a single pixel and then gets set in the field. It can always be set by address prior to installation in the field.
Okay. At the moment, that is all of the questions that I have in the lineup. I'll give it just a minute to see if any other questions come in before we finish up for the day.
While we're waiting, I think some eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed you can order the dot product with modified dot spacing. But whenever possible, we do recommend using those standard 6 and 12-inch pitches, and then just pulling in a little bit of slack if you need, say, a 7.5-inch. Just bundling up that cable in between nodes when possible, because that will be easier from a long-term maintenance standpoint, and we do require higher MOQs for those dot pitch variations.
So there have been no other questions that came through. So I think with that, we will wrap up with the webinar for the day. Thank you all very much for your time. We appreciate it. We hope you are as excited about these new products as we are, and stay tuned for more to come in this next year. Thanks so much.